Doug lifts his head from the steering wheel and wipes the cold sweat from his brow. He looks at his reliable friend, a fire axe, propped up on the passenger seat beside him, like his road trip buddy. Strength in arms only takes a warrior so far, as it's only 2:30 in the afternoon and Doug's already exhausted. But there are greater powers to pull upon. Magic he has barely touched since he learned it. It's time to drive back to the cabin and study again. And maybe he can't work the dents out of the axe, but the handle could use a little duct tape at least. Welcome back to Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, starring Doug Fenton, football player. As you can see, Doug has definitely exerted himself quite a bit. He has butchered his whole way back to the west end of Northwood, and we're just going to drive back through Masardis and head on to the cabin. There might be something interesting, something might pop out of the portal here, but I don't think so. What the hell is this? A leprechaun. You cast leprechaun prank at us. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us later. Just in case, let's take a look at the car. Yeah, we're fine. It would be pretty interesting if he could do some kind of leprechaun prank where our battery is completely dead, or we lose one of our wheels, or something like that. Blessedly, that's not what happened. And we're running over all the... Ooh! We gotta quit running over boulders like that. For today, we're going to take the rest of the day studying, I think, when we get back to the cabin, because there's not a lot we could do when we're already this deep into light weariness. As soon as we get into moderate weariness, fighting is just not an option. You're too slow, you have too hard of a time dodging, you can't outrun things you used to, it's rough. Alright. We don't have a ton to put away, but we will take some time to put it away first, so I'll see you after that. Okay. Turns out, I actually wanted to do some buying and selling, too, because I needed a welding tank. Not because we're actually going to do any welding, but because when we have the acetylene torch, we can torch down... what's it called? Metal doors that we want to get access to. So I figure, yeah, we should get one of those. Turns out they're 249 bucks. We also got a lot of ammo, because I have nearly $700 of credit with them, sold all the other loot that I didn't want to keep with us, and, you know, all that. Let's see, is there anything else that I'm missing? No, we're good. Alright, looks like it's 2:37 in the afternoon. And we have now time to set up a... should we set up the... Yeah, it seems like a bad idea to keep a battery outside. So what we're going to do instead is get the outdoor extension cord. We're going to put the battery... I got an idea. Let's do this. Stuff spills from the table, that's fine. Let's just move this furniture a little bit closer to there. Shuffle all of this onto here, so we got those books there. Let's see. We want to build a medium battery. We need an electronics skill of 1. Doug, how do you not know anything about electronics? That is incredible. Well... let's see if there's anything that we can do to learn electronics. We need copper wire and scrap metal to make an electric fire starter. Copper wire. Well, crap. We should have looked at that requirement before we got all the way back here. There was some copper all the way at the recycling center. Now, wasn't there? Wherever that is. Right here, next to the clothing store. Okay. Alright, anything else we absolutely have to drop off? Yeah, let's put away this medium battery. We've got everything that we need. It's too bad our fire axes haven't only seen better days. But doesn't look like we have any spare weapons or other ways to repair it. Although I could check. Maybe I can repair it with a miscellaneous repair kit. I can! Okay. A miscellaneous repair kit. Let's go and find that. And go ahead and... We have a damage chance, unfortunately. And it's relying on our fabrication. You know what? I like our odds, Doug. Let's do it. Nice. With one attempt, or something like that, we are able to slap some extra wood onto the fire axe, and then we repair it completely. Looking good, Doug. Alright, well, while we're here, actually, let's take a look at the tailor's kit and see if we can repair any of our gear. It looks like... yes? But not easily. Well, Doug, maybe we need to take a look at some tailoring skill recipes and try and get good at that. Maybe we could bind together a chest wrap and see what happens when we finish that. Maybe that'll give us 1 point. Yep. Okay. And now, with a 1 point of skill, we're going to see if that makes it any easier. Well, we can at least repair our pants. I like our chances there. 4.2 success, 0.8 damage. Let's see if we can sew up our pants. Hey! We got 1 success, and that makes it a guaranteed success next one. Alright. Well, Doug's pants are better. Fortunately, we can't repair the chest guard. It is an unrepairable item. But also, they're really hard to damage. Okay. Well, once we get the soldering iron, we can fix up this football helmet, right? Oh, our football helmet's not repairable. Alright, Doug. Well, this is your helmet. For better or worse, till the end of the game. Or till it blows up. Doug will wear this helmet until there's nothing left of it. That's for sure. Alright. We need... Craft shop is burned down over there, if I remember correctly, over in Worcester. So we are just going to bike over to Northwood and then get some copper wire from the recycling center. This should be a short chore. I'll see you at the end of the journey. Alright. And we're now back in... Oop, running over a bunch of stuff. Back in Northwood. And we're going to just zip past all of these streets that we have cleared of threats. Or at least the vast majority of threats that would ever bother us. Okay, then we turn south here. Whoop! Ran over a fern on accident. Okay. We'll stop right here. Turn off safe mode because those zombies to the north, they do not bother us. Window frame with metal bars could probably be hacked open with an axe, but I don't really care. Ooh. Uh-oh. Oversized wasp, and he is well fed. Well, maybe him being well fed means he doesn't want to deal with us? Alright, let's see. Plastic, iron, aluminum, steel, copper. You'd think you'd want to put that indoors. Alright, copper wire. Okay. An extension cord, we'll take it. Let's see, copper pots, nice. I guess that's all the copper they got. It's kind of lame. Extra light frame. Those are fun to build with. But Doug's not much of a mechanic right now, so we won't worry about it. Another extra light frame, okay. Let's see, nuts and bolts we might use. Nails you always need more of for oversized wasp is coming at us. Oh boy. Okay, it's attacking us. So we're gonna take some time. He tries to sting us, but we dodge. We're gonna take another round of steady and then just one-shot him. Mutilate him in the abdomen. Oh, he was pulped. Okay. Well, while he's here, can we dissect him? Yeah, okay. And we can learn about invertebrate biology and creatures of flight. We'll take care of that in a second. I want to see what else is here. Ooh, a cowbell. Can I, like, play it? Cowbell. You feel like you need more of it. Yes. Yes, Doug takes the cowbell. He remembers Marybelle. He'll bring it back. Marybelle and her calves will be just fine right now because they're all the way out here, isolated where there are just no monsters. It's just them. Okay, maybe there's something in here we forgot that we'd like. Ah, big tool battery, we could use one. Let's see. Some more medium batteries. Small tool battery, I guess. Car battery, it's completely empty. Let's see, do we have another medium storage battery? No, but we got 2 small storage batteries. I'll take 2 of these, and we'll take 1 more of the medium storage batteries. Heavy as hell, yes, but whatever. Let's just skim all over the... Ooh, roadmap. Skim all over these newspaper pages. As I said, one day we are actually going to look at the official DAV essay guide to driving. Wonder how the manual made it here, as DVSA is a British organization, and the book contains information about specific British driving rules. Yeah, I kind of do now. Restaurant guide, trail guide. I didn't know that trail guides and other maps end up in here. This is kind of cool. Okay, well, hey survivors, if you ever want to get some easy maps, go to your local leathercraft. Okay, yeah, we're getting that. Go to your local recycling center and just dig through the paper section. You'll get more than enough lore items from reading all the newspapers. And there are plenty of maps. Alternatively. Ooh, this is a martial arts manual. Doc may want that. Who would throw that away? More of these restaurant guides. Restaurant guides, road maps, tourist guides. All of those are really fantastic maps for finding certain resources nearby. And, as a note, the maps work not based off of where you found them, but where you read them. What the? Come here, come on. Trying to trip me up. Gonna dismember this guy immediately. Now we're gonna get back on our bike and head back. So this means that it's actually a pretty good idea to save maps even if you don't need them at that area, because in, like, say, a couple miles, you can use one. And then, oh, you know what? Look at all of these completely untouched zombie woofers. I'm gonna take a Kevlar dog harness, and then another. And we're gonna pick up the Set 9, and, you know what? We're gonna go in here to the gun store. drop it there, and then we're going to pick up the other one, put it in here. Theoretically, no one should interrupt us, but just to be absolutely sure, we'll... Hey, what's in here? Gun cable locks. Alright. Just in case, we're gonna close ourselves behind this metal door, so no one in here can interrupt us. Nothing short of a zombie... Hulk. And as I say that, we hear a smash. How topical. Yes, we'll stop dissecting. North and above? Over here. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We'll just continue our dissection job. We'll ignore the smashing. Everything is just going to zip right by us. The rear of this graying, zombified dog shows strange reinforcements, as if the previous pathology was being remediated. The corpse twitches as you begin. It didn't feel like rigor mortis. Ugh. As you finish up, you notice the earliest cuts seem to be the tiniest bit smaller. We make note of their vulnerabilities, and we're at 95% with natural armors. Just a few more of those, and we should be at 100% and have a much easier time dealing with things like soldiers and SWAT zombies. I'm pretty sure there couldn't be anything within a, like, 3 or 4 block radius at least that would be a problem for us up there. And while it does say that we have a weary malice from... Oh, it's the leprechaun again. We'll just skirt around him. We'll just keep going. Okay, and now we're good to go. Hey, athletics has gone up to 5, which is... means that our cardio has gone up. We're not gonna talk about what just happened there. In my defense, I thought I was aligned on the very square below that car, but instead I just kind of slammed into it at 12 miles per hour, which is funny because I don't know if you've ever hit a car, like a parked car, at 12 miles per hour. I certainly have. You'll flop off your bike at that speed. You will. Or at the very least, you'll slap into the back windshield. It's by no means lethal or even particularly harmful, but you will flop off. Okay. And now we return with some copper wiring, and we can see about making an electric fire starter with... We need scrap metal. We can get that from the fence. I don't think that they're gonna care too much if we... Alright, well, first let's put away all that stuff that we don't need, not the rocks, thank you. Put away this martial arts manual, leathercraft. Wait for autosave to go through. Okay. Hey, 2 eggs. Theoretically, if these eggs go quote-unquote rotten and decay, they have a chance to turn into another chicken, which will eventually grow into a full-size chicken, which will make us more eggs. And chickens only lay eggs during a certain season. Alright, let's just go over here to the guardrails and mess them up real quick. Get our fire axe, smash it, get some scrap metal, a pipe, why not? We could use another pipe, or a pipe at all, and travel back. Whoops, close the door behind us. And let's drop off all of this spare parts and see about making that fire starter. Let's see, does one fire starter do it? Yep. Electronics 1. Doug can now learn how to put down a battery by following the instructions in the books. He figures that one out, and from there, he figures out, yeah, setting up this battery should be easy. So all I gotta do is plop down the battery there. We have something in our duffel bag that is taking up the spot that our axe should be. It's probably the pipe. It's probably the pipe. Let's put down this extra extension cord. We'll drop this cowbell right here. Okay. So all the batteries are here. So what we're gonna do is do that. Battery. Love it. And it takes 6 minutes for us to set up the battery. So, easy. Alright, here is one battery on our grid. We're going to place another one, and then we're going to place another one. And theoretically, all of these should be, yep, on the same power grid, because they're right next to each other. Automatically does that. And now what we do is we open this window. Huh, you know, I don't think we need an outdoor... You know, we'll use the outdoor extension cord just because it says outdoor. We'll activate the outdoor, and we'll attach it to the solar panel, and then attach that to this. We connect the power grid and the power grid with the outdoor extension cord. Now, theoretically, yep, we're gonna get power. We already got one tick of battery power, and let's see. We'll take a look at the sky. It's shit. It's foggy, and rain is coming towards us, I think. All right. Well, it's not great. It's not terrible. We can always get more power production and just, what's these plants over here? Strawberries? I like strawberries, but if they're in the way, they're in the way. Alright. And then we'll drop off the 2 small storage batteries over here, because what we're going to do with those is plug them into the power grid to power them directly, and then plug those into electric vehicles, like an electric scooty if we get one. Let's see, let's take a look at what we've got here. Guides, which we put right here, so we might as well just put them all here. Guides. Easy. Okay. Now, what's next? Let's take a look at our points of interest. We have a gas station, that Druid Tower, which looked kind of sketchy. A questionable beehive, a high power generator, the police station we've already been to, a wizard tower. That's interesting. Let's see where that mark is. I see. All the way over here in southeast Northwood, next to a big old gas station. We've cleared up to this section. God, there's gun stores all the hell over Northwood. What in the hell? There's like 8. Right here. And a fire station. Several fire stations here. Okay. First, I think we want to hit that magic shop. Doug said that he was going to have a chat with that guy, whoever he is. Let's do it. Let's get back on the bike. Are we carrying too much? Carrying still 50 pounds of stuff. Right. We're carrying the dog harnesses. And the pipes. We might as well drop off these extra tool batteries over here, because we don't need them. Yeah, those were heavy. Okay, anything else that we could get rid of that'll save us some carry weight? Doesn't look like it. Alright. Alright, let's close that. Whoop. Head back up. Get on the bike. And then... auto travel. Wait, what are we doing? Doug's weary. He gets about partway through and then remembers. He's tired as heck. Tired as heck, and there's no way he's gonna be able to fight anything off that's still there. Like, oh right. That'll suck. You know what, I got a better idea, Doug. Let's not do that. Let's go in through here. And study. Well, first let's check out what Leathercraft does. Applied science. Interesting. Okay. Storm chasing in complete safety. Not a very difficult spell. Mostly protects you from ambient electricity. Or getting struck by lightning bolts or something like that. Let's see. Do we have enough focus for windrunning? Wow. Yeah, we actually did. With an 80% failure chance, we did it. Alright, and we are now level 5. And now our failure chance is way lower now. Nice. And the mana cost went down again. Okay. With that, I guess what we'll do, Doug, is turn on the flashlight, close the blinds, in case something tries to peek in and then smash through all of our lovely windows and our fence. That'd be annoying. And we'll study for about 2 hours. While this is too trivial for us to get any experience in spellcraft, the point is not the spellcraft. Let's see. A deluxe sandwich. Sounds like a pretty good dinner. Let's make it with... yeah, smoked sausage. We'll use the flatbread, because that's going to go soon. And we'll use the cheese, because that will too. Let's see. Smoked sausage, cheese, flatbread, honey mustard. It says it's old. That is okay. We need to eat more, Doug. That is a pretty good... What? Frozen yogurt. Yeesh. That is a pretty good... Right, we need to process this bacon. And then see what we can make with the bacon. Maybe a deluxe sandwich with bacon. Yeah. Yeah, and we'll make it with more flatbread, cheese, and ketchup. Hell yes. Delicious. And we'll just scarf down the last bit of bacon. 5,000 calories should be pretty good for us. Now we just need something to drink. What is in here? That is... beer? Pilsner? No. Mineral water. Why not? Okay. There we go. Now back to studying, Doug. We're no longer feeling as weary, but it doesn't really matter. Study for 2 more hours. Because even at lightly weary, yeah, see, we're going back and forth. Being awake seems to have an effect on that. The longer you're awake, the less you gain back from it. Ooh, we gained another level. The less you gain back from resting. Alright. Our failure chance while at 92% focus is 9.8%. Not so bad. So, Doug is going to use his newfound skill in this spell to get tons of experience by spamming it. The winds flow around Doug. The winds bolster him. The studying definitely gives him a lot of experience, but we're still hungry. We'll get a snack. We'll snack on the pickled herring. That sounds delicious. But we're going to eat it like a caveman, but at a table and chair. Straight out of the jar, but at a table and a chair. That's what's important. All right. One more hour of study, Doug. One more. And with one more spell cast, Doug is at level 7 with Storm Shape, with Wind Running, excuse me. And the duration is 3 minutes 49 seconds. It only costs 65 mana to cast now, and its casting time is only 2/3 of a second. All right, right leg is looking a little messed up. Well, not a little messed up. It's got a boo-boo on it, so we're going to... Oh, we don't need to put a boo-boo pad on that. Oh, how about an alcohol wipe? Yeah, let's squeeze the anti-boo-boo juice on that. Alright. Somehow Doug isn't tired, but... Whoops. We ran down our battery almost all the way. Let's recharge that and put this one away. The spent battery. Now we set no alarm, we're just gonna go straight to bed. And wake up with not quite all of our mana at 7 a.m. Now that is a good hour. Okay. Now, feeling rested and ready, Doug certainly can go all the way over to the magic shop. There's probably some nice treats and loot on the bottom there. Oh, we're hungry. Breakfast. Let's turn on the lights here. Eggs. Eggs. Seasoned scrambled eggs. Hell yes. Wait, we can only make... What? What? Do we not have seasoning? Do we... Oh, we don't have enough hexamine. No. Alright, well, we'll make some bacon. Get the bacon. And then we'll make the eggs. With seasoned salt. We'll say it's garlic salt. And we'll sit over here, eat the eggs, all the bacon. Then quaff some mineral water and be out the door. Where's our bike again? Right up here on the top. Okay. Oh, Doug can't go that fast. 20 miles an hour seems a bit absurd. Okay. We're going to go here. I really want to kill that leprechaun, but I know I can't reach him, and I don't know what leprechaun trick does. No, ignore the zombie. Yeah, no, no, no. Yes, okay, there's the leprechaun. We'll just skip past this. Did the leprechaun come from the portal? He can't be a nether creature. I wonder if leprechauns are people too. For the purposes of dissection, it stands to reason they probably are because they look an awful lot like people, but they are harrowing assholes. Oh my goodness gracious. A couple flesh raptors are coming after us. That is a problem. We're just gonna leave them alone. I'm sure that Doug shouldn't and wouldn't, but he's pretty sure that since they're just right there at the front of Northwood, that no one's gonna be daft enough to see those and be like, oh yeah, I should totally go in this direction through Northwood. It'll be perfectly fine. No, it won't. It won't. Okay. Let's stop off right here. Drop the duffel bag. A 100 damage crit! Let's see. Let's look over here. Okay, looks like the bruiser zombie is over there. We left our duffel bag by the car. Let's go and take care of these. Oh, let's put on the earplugs so that shrieker can't scream at us and daze us. We've seen it happen before. Alright, bruiser, come here. What the? Ah! We do not want them mobbing up on us. A hunter and a bruiser is way too much. Way too much heat for Doug. Bruiser gets swept and then drops. Okay. We're just gonna keep kiting them back as we do. Slicing once, walking back. Conserves a lot of energy. And traditionally, one-shotting elves. That feels so much better having our axe in good condition again. Now crits are one-shotting. Ooh. Oh boy, the SWAT zombie or the cop zombie and the dwarf zombie are just blasting their way through that car. He just started burrowing his way through the engine block. Let's see, have they got anything we want? A military rucksack. That's a really nice loot container. But it's not a bug out bag, it's just a normal bag. Alright, let's see if there's anybody else this direction. What the hell is this thing? This is little wheedly bastard. A swarming amalgamation. A small, flat creature dashing around erratically on 7 short legs. Its form is dominated by an oversized set of black mandibles. Ugh. On an almost comically small head, yeah. Featureless apart from a single black eye, the rest of the body is covered with sickly white skin, crisscrossed with black veins. Ugh. And he's kind of hard to hit. Okay, that's kind of annoying. At least it dies easy. These guys went down pretty quick too. Let's see, is there anybody with a name here, like the survivor that might have been down here and getting the shit kicked out of him? No? Alright, well. Oh, here comes another amalgamation, and we just hit him the first time. These are zombies that I didn't kill. Why is there bodies in here? Oh. Zombie knocking on the door, and then we went around to deal with us. What is this? A cockroach. And it looks like somebody was trapped in there and died. But they can't see us, and they didn't bother knocking. Alright. Let's see. Nothing's at the top of this restaurant. Let's go and take a look and see who is in this building here. Close the door behind us. Let's close this window too. Take a look, and we see some wands on display. And a little bit of crystallized mana. Actually, a pretty good amount of crystallized mana. A few books on the bookshelf, but nothing much left. Scroll of Witch Sight, an animist spell we won't be bothering with. Monstrous Grasp, a biomancer spell we also probably won't be bothering with. And somebody's knocking at the walls. I'm here. Go away. Close the door again. Close the windows too. Ugh, gosh. Stop getting up. We're busy. There we go. There's gotta be a staircase up. There's no one here. Get up to the top floor and there just doesn't seem to be anyone here. And where were those gunshots coming from? To the southeast, we hear hostile detected. There was never a survivor here. We see to the south of us what looks like a completely enclosed concrete building. It now suddenly makes sense. The gunshots were never coming from a person. It had good sight lines, but that's curious. There's no way for us to get in there to see what's what. But it is curious to Doug that the top floor of this place does not have windows. So, we move back to get our duffel bag. Hey, a medium battery that I left on the ground because I realized I was too heavy. A heavy crowbar? Nothing good for us. Fire axe has the same prying ability. Fat zombie is trying to interrupt us. He almost did. But we just dodged all of his attacks while hacking to bits this little zombie here. Oh my god, my brain is frying trying to speak for some reason today. I would love to say this normally never happens, but it normally does. Ooh, a bug out bag, okay. Fruit jam of a completely nondescript fruit. That is a thing that kind of needs to be rectified with loot drops. Some tape, medical tape, bandages, homeopathic pills. Venom of the Bushmaster snake with 10 to the 1, what? Whatever. Huge cans of tin beans. Tin cans of, oh. Lots of bottles. Water, a gun, a mess kit, nice. Wow, a huge bottle of tramadol. Holy crap. Rotten flatbread. Mostly rotten flatbread. Yeah. No liquid bandage. Dried lentils. We'll take those. And a road map. Why not? Poor guy. This dude was prepared. Or at least he sure thought he was. But then he did not realize what would happen as soon as he... Ooh, acetaminophen. Maybe later. No, we won't take the menstrual pads. We will take the boxed macaroni and the raw spaghetti. Steel bottle. You can use it to heat up items. Okay, cool. 2 bug out bags in 1 group. Nice. Alright, let's go and loot this magic store since nobody lives here. Normally there's somebody in one of these, but I guess not this time. Alright. Freshen up, Carrion Feast, and Purification Seed in Mystic Survival in the End Times. Well, that's interesting. I wonder what's the level of Purification Seed. It is 6. Which means that Doug could learn quite a lot. Complete Idiot's Guide to Technomancy. Well, it's at least a spellbook with the, you know, worth. The Healing Power of Nature. Floral Healing. It requires some magic herbs that we probably don't have on us, but that's fine. We'll take the crystallized mana. And we'll smash these display cases and just take the wands. Monstrous Grasp, Witch Sight, all spells that will sell for quite a bit. It's unfortunate there's not much else in this place. But it looks like somebody is supposed to be living here, but the door was closed when we got here. All the doors were. And the fridge is empty. There's just a few books on cooking, but there's nothing in the closet. Well, it seems like this place is at least a viable base, so we'll put it down as a base. Earthwood base. Now, let's get back down here and see if... Oh! The dwarf disappeared in the bushes. Let's see if we can find a way into that building where the gunshots are coming from. So it sounds like something cool could be in there. If it's worth setting up turrets around. I'm sorry, what was this? A listener zombie. Oh, wait a second. While we're dissecting, suddenly an entire crowd of zombies is coming after us, as well as a feral elf. Doug, you gotta move. We do not want you in here. Get out. Okay. Let's just very carefully close that door. And then think about how we want to handle this. You know, there's a ton of zombies coming through that restaurant. Let's just crouch down, close that window, and then take a look from the top floor. And crouch down again. It looks like they're just in the building. Ooh. Sugar beets. Nice. You can go pick those later. Alright, let's see if we can deal with that horde. Oh, God. Let me guess, the blob gets bigger. Oh, yes it does. What a massive, nasty blob it is. Alright, let's drag a little bit of it away. I don't want this many zombies this close to our newly claimed base rival football player. One-shotting firefighters, that's... Ooh. Doug is strong now. What's that melee 6? Ooh. Uh-oh. Don't tell me that there is a screaming raven folk in there. Please tell me there is not a raven. Stew. Okay, but they're at the back of the pack. So we shouldn't be too worried about them. We'll just let them come to us. Be patient. Just drop them. Oh boy. Really feeling that athletics 5. Doug would be a little further down on his stamina at about this point. Every now and then, a few more zombies come to join the blob. Oh, the gunshot sounds, and they immediately go for it. A feral with bloodshot red eyes throws rocks at us. We dodge one, and another one just bounces off our SWAT armor. Looks like the listener zombie didn't get the memo somehow. A zombie dog is straggling here for some reason, probably because they could smell us. Come here. Come on, everybody, come here. I can take you on. Zombie child's flattened instantly. An unarmored part of the leg. Arterial bleeding and stunned. Yep. We know now how to fight armored baddies. And zombie children no longer trip us up. I don't know why we just danced around that zombie. I kept on trying to push the correct button. Here we go. These pitiful, pathetic weaklings can't stop us. Even zombie dwarves, which used to give us trouble in the beginning of our adventuring career, are nothing. I wonder how many zombies are in there. Is that a zombie scientist? That's interesting. Well, if they're in there, it must mean that there's more. That's interesting. They didn't have anything cool on them, but, you know. Uh-oh. A disilluted devourer. Move correctly, Doug. Or just kill it in 2 shots, because it apparently hasn't done much. We're 4 perk points, and we're level 10 now. We'll just leave that as is. Let's take a look at what's in this area. Try to peek up, but you'll be able to you may be unable to return back down these stairs. Continue up? No. Doug looks up the stairs and recognizes that there's something wrong with the spatial reality of them. As soon as he goes and steps up, it feels like his leg isn't where it's supposed to be. So he steps back down and starts wandering around here to see if there's any other way to get out. And he sees that there's definitely no way to get the elevator to work. Science lab tower goes all the way up there. Jeez. Alright. One shot ought to do it for that zombie. Oh, it's just this one zombie here. We'll smash that open. Come on. Come on. There you go. Come on. Let me help you. There you go. Nothing worth taking off of these guys. That's unfortunate. I was hoping there would be something we could do with this place. Is that a... That is a shocker zombie. A human body with pale blue flesh, crackling with electric energy. And a soldier zombie as well. Who gets nailed in the gap in the stomach armor? We're going to get zorched pretty quick here. I'm sorry, hold on. We just heard the M16A4 Autonomous Talon UGV shoots the zombie dwarf, which means we can see it. What zombie dwarf? The Autonomous Talon UGV must be over there. These zombies are getting dazed by the Screecher zombie. Doug's going to put in his earplugs. And then he's going to back it up away from here, as the screaming will daze him otherwise and make it impossible to fight these monsters. Here he comes, the shocker zombie, getting flattened in one hit. Okay, looks like we can take this out. We see where the gunshots were coming from, and Doug does not think that he can take a 5.56 to the face or the chest. He's a tough guy, but nobody's tough enough to take bullets like that. There's nothing on these lower floors that we can do anything with. Southwest, we hear thump. Everything on this floor looks like it's on the level, but a military bot. Oh boy. Here come a pile of monsters chopping up this place. the southeast and above, you hear hostile detected. Right here. For some reason, it has a clear view of them. From the southeast and above, we hear it again. Or south and above, you hear blam, and another blam. The zombies are getting shot to hell. Whatever is up there, it has an amazing sightline on everything here. And it's drawing the entire city towards us. Doug takes a moment, kill the one goblin that can see him, and thinks, as the gunshots continue ringing out, more high-caliber rounds are shot into these zombies, stumbling over each other, trying to reach futilely up there. I think Doug decides maybe this isn't the place he needs to be today. It would be a stupid way to die. Bullets rip through zombies as they desperately climb over each other's bodies to reach the security bot. Disappointment from the revelation turned to unrest. The geometry of the concrete tower made no sense. Windowless, featureless, and dark. It imposes impossible angles on the very first floor, and even the city around it. A staircase that inexplicably leads up, but not down. Gunshots ring out from above. Again, a robotic voice speaks. Hostiles detected. There was no survivor. It was simply a cold machine chewing up the dead with rifle rounds. And so long as that thing has ammunition, there's no guarantee of safety. Doug would ascend those impossible stairs into a gauntlet of 50 caliber judgment. Truly a stupid way to die. There's something up there, but although Doug hates to admit it, it's out of his league. It's fine. If Doug can't descend those stairs, neither can anything in the tower. There it will remain while he clears the city around it. If you've enjoyed this episode, please leave a comment and a like, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay tough, survivors.